The truth about Pocket Anime. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, Pocket Anime was amazing. In my opinion, this was the first testing phase. However, this small test has been better than anything that has said to come out or has come out this year. Now, if you look at its competition, it's actually come out for testing and it worked. The game actually worked. Yes, there were some bugs and things of that nature, but that's why it was testing. Within the first 2-3 days, they patched out and ironed out almost every single bug that we experienced. I ran into like 2 bugs, but all of those bugs got fixed as soon as possible. Now, if you compare Pocket Anime to every game that was said to release this year or was going to release within the past few months, and the games that did release, it's done better than every single one of them. We've had 2 or 3 games that actually have released this year, and 2 of them didn't even work on release. One of them was a very incomplete game that ended up being a complete scam investors out of hundreds of thousands of US dollars, and the other one completely crashed on release. Had over 100,000 people waiting on the game to release. The game finally did release and the game didn't even work. People who bought game passes weren't getting their game passes. People that tried to actually play the game just kept breaking on them. And the other game that released this year, well, it's already dead. When Pocket Anime came out, actually did what it was meant to do. It released the game. Well, the testing came out, people played the testing, found bugs, the bugs got patched, and people kept playing until yesterday because testing has officially ended. And we're not even gonna mention the other game that was meant to release and got delayed 4 times in a row. We're not gonna talk about that. We're just not going to. Now, Pocket Anime's testing consisted of your character customization, the first part of the story within the first town, where you could do a bunch of side quests. If you explored the town, there was little rewards hidden around houses and things of that nature. And if you talk to certain NPCs, that would give you quests. And there was even a cool little canon One Piece quest with Shanks and Kid Luffy with a sea beast. So with that first town and area, the next content that came with that was Route 1. Now, Route 1 was very detailed. You not only had that part of the story progression as well, but there was also 2 or 3 little cliffhangers to show that the game is going to progress on. There was obviously the fight with the rival and the next town or city or even route after that. And there was actually an area that showed what the rock climbing mechanic would be like. However, once the climber was climbing up the rock climbing area, a Dragon Ball Z character came out of nowhere and shot that person down. Now, obviously, this early on to the game, we don't have the skill or the HM that's gonna allow us to climb that. But obviously, when the game eventually does come out, we're going to be able to explore that area. There was another rock climbing area around where you find Piccolo. So this game did leave us with a little bit of cliffhangers that are going to show or take us to new areas once this game comes out. And all of that content was only in Route 1. Now imagine once the full game comes out, fingers crossed, imagine there's about 2 or 3 gym areas. So I would say an extra 4 to 6 routes. And all of those are going to have a bunch of different content within them. If every route is as detailed as the first route is, this game is going to have a lot of content. And I can't wait to see what they do with this game. Honestly, there's so much potential. There's limitless characters and content that can be added to the game. It's only a matter of how long it's going to take for them to add it. Now, there's a bunch of small details we can talk about, but there's no point of doing that, such as SVs, TVs, shinies, which were in the game. And we can go into detail about tutorials of how all of those things work once the game actually comes out, because I already know how SVs and TVs work in detail, and I know the shiny odds and what comes with shiny animals. So when the game comes out, we can go into more detail about it. Now, unfortunately, the things I didn't like during this test is the limited amount of moves that some of the animons had, the limited amount of animons that we did have to play with, and obviously the limited amount of content that we got to experience within the first testing. Now again, this is testing and it's the first phase of testing. There is going to be another phase of testing before the game's initial release. So obviously obviously the next phase of testing is going to have more content. From what I'm assuming, is going to have evolutions, obviously the next part of the story, whatever areas and abilities and animons come with those new areas, as well as just a bunch of new content. How long is it going to take for us to get the second phase of testing? In my opinion, I'm just going to say 2 to 3 months. Honestly, that's a feasible, viable time frame for the second phase of testing to start. Obviously, I am just assuming here. Don't take my word for gold. I could be 100% in the wrong. Obviously, we need to wait in the Discord server for the devs to announce things, but I honestly say within the next 2-3 months we should be playing the second phase of testing. I could be wrong, and I don't mean that for the devs to rush anything. You guys take your time. This game is perfect in my opinion. Now, Agz, where do you put Pocket Anime on a scale of 1 to 10? Now, from what I actually did get to experience, this game is good. Things that people complain about in other anime games, such as in-game currency, actually has value in this game. There was a lot of times I was saying to myself, damn, I don't have enough money for capture pods, I don't have enough money for potions, and I definitely couldn't afford revives, which would have come in handy in a lot of different situations. And this is just the beginning of the game. We haven't seen or even know how much the other or higher tier quality pods are gonna cost, as well as potions, and even full stuff like full revives. I can't wait to experience other methods of making money in the game and just utilizing in-game currency in general. But back to the question, what do I rate the game from a scale of 1 to 10? The game itself, I honestly give it a 9 out of 10. This game has a bunch of potential. The developers are genuinely working hard, and not only did the game actually work, the developers are proving that they are working on this game. Within 2 to 3 days, they managed to patch out almost every single bug that was game breaking or just ruining or hindering the game experience during testing. 2 to 3 days, managed to iron out most of the bugs. That is really commendable. It's more than we've gotten this year out of anything, out of any game. And from what we got to experience during testing, I would rate that experience itself probably at 8.5 out of 10. Again, it's only low as 8.5, which is still high because I didn't get to satisfy myself in terms of just wanting to experience more of the game. Obviously, as time goes on, that's going to be solved. However, yes, 9 out of 10 for the game. Limitless potential. I loved everything, and I love the vision that I have of the game in my head. The game met my expectations. It did exactly what it was meant to do for me. If it didn't do that for you, I apologize to you. I don't care. For me, the game did it. 8.5 out of 10 just because I needed more. I want more, and I can't wait to experience. Pocket Anime was truly amazing to me, and I can't wait to experience it. Anyways, that's it from me. You guys, I genuinely want to know what you guys' opinions of Pocket Anime is. Please tell me what you liked about the game in the comment section down below. Tell me what you didn't like about the game in the comment section down below, and tell me what you feel like the game could have improved on, or just things you want to see in the game in general. I want to read you guys' opinions on this for one. Don't include the game's top-down view. The game's top-down view is taken from older Pokemon games. I know you guys have only played the games on the Switch, so you don't know, and you've never played OG Pokemon games, so please don't complain about the top-down view. I will smack you. Let me know honest and true constructive criticisms, or just criticisms in general. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. I love and appreciate every single one of you guys. Peace.